Friends, please welcome Cymande to the Annenberg Performance Studio at KCRW. Have a seat. Welcome, welcome. So before we get into the groove, we're gonna have a little chat with Patrick Patterson. Voila. Yes, and Steve Scipio. Yes. Welcome, welcome. It's amazing to have you here.
Thank you.
You're both looking vibrant and ready, and it's such an honor and a pleasure. You've been on tour. How is your tour going? When you look out into the audience, who do you see?
Young people. Young people.
Young people.
Yeah, which is kind of pleasantly surprising. You know, I know that has happened by virtue of the fact that the hip-hop community has taken to our music and spread the word in that way, which is a fantastic thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's young people.
Yeah.
We do see some of our contemporaries as well, you know, which is also good.
I feel like at a show where the music and the energy is good, everybody's just like timeless. You're just like in the moment, in the present, enjoying the same frequency. When you're on stage performing, do you feel like you're a young person yourself?
I am a young person.
That's what I'm saying.
I am a young person.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I mean, when you started in your 20s and you looked out at the audience, you saw young people, and now again you see young people. So it's just like you never left. You just keep seeing young people.
I think what has happened with us is that we've never put the music down.
Yeah.
Cymande has been for us, Steve and I at least, a lifetime project. So even though we came off of the road in 1975, it wasn't intended to be a break for a long time. It turned out to be a break for a long time. But we continued to work together in different ways and on different projects and wrote together over that period of time. It's a consistent project.
Wrote together, studied law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've traveled the same road.
The same road.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lived on the same road. That's true.
Literally, right?
Literally.
Yeah. Do you still?
Well, am I from...
Well, we both live now in Anguilla. It's a small island.
Yeah.
You may not be familiar with it, but the people are more familiar with St. Martin. And I think we're within about 5 miles of each other in Anguilla.
That's great. And now you've returned with a new album. I'm just thinking about how Cymande is like always on your own schedule. You know, you took a break. It turned out to be longer, but you still came back when it felt like the right time. And then you returned with an album in 2015, and then took another 10 years, and now another album. And I know what you do. You have a lot of thought and intentionality behind it. So I'm curious what the inspiration is behind this album.
Well, I think right from the outset, Patrick and I had the same vision, the musical vision in terms of where we were heading. And right from the outset, you know, we wanted to create a project that had meaning. We were never really into pop music as musicians. That didn't attract us. We wanted to create something that was original, that had meaning. And that started with a 4-piece jazz unit we had called Meter, which kind of transitioned, if I could use that word, into Cymande with a 10-month interim where we both played with a Nigerian outfit led by a guy called Ginger Johnson, African drummers. He was well known in the UK at the time. And I think also that we had some influences from that period with Ginger Johnson. I think they refer to it as polyrhythmic kind of percussion, and I think that had some impact on us also, because when we formed Cymande, that's when we brought Pablo in with his percussion and the percussive element that was part of the Cymande program. But right from the outset, you know, we set ourselves goals. Mm-hmm. And if we didn't see the path we were taking were leading to those goals, you know, we always went different ways. So in the UK, when we were trying to get the media in the UK interested in what we were doing at the time and the message of our music, speaking to our experiences as young people in the UK, young black people in the UK, and the experiences of our community. When the UK media were not interested in that and were trying to push us more into what you might call pop music or what they expected black people to be playing, the kind of music they expected black people to be playing. We said, no, that's not for us. That's not where we're going. And it continued. And the same thing with us when after the period here in the US where we, got some traction. We returned to the UK. There was nothing
Open
again.
for Al Green,
Exactly.
First British band to play the Apollo Theater.
Yeah. And so when we returned to the UK and there was no interest, that's when Patrick and I said, listen, we're not going to, let's take a break. Because it wasn't going the way that we wanted it to go. And that's how it's always been. So even with the return with the hip-hop community and the sampling and so on, we still had an agenda when we came back. It wasn't just to say, okay, they're playing our music now again, let's come back and just go and be like a band that was resting on its laurels kind of thing. So we came back with a vision. And that vision is still in progress, and we're still working towards where we want to go.
You've always been reflecting what's happening around you, like culturally, and you were saying your experiences as a black man during that time. And was that part of, or is that part of the inspiration behind making music? I mean, it's just crazy. You look back 50 years ago, albums like Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, and it's like the same subjects just kind of recycled in different ways are ones that we're still dealing with. And at the same time, times are so different. But there's still a lot to speak to. And is that part of what fuels you to want to create music and play it out as well?
Inspiration comes from everywhere.
Yeah.
Not political only or cultural only, but from everywhere, including from those that you work with, people that you work with. I think one of the interesting things about the new album, which I hope is an inspired one, is that it wasn't in our control in a sense. We had to wait or were made to wait by the universe or whatever until the team was right. And we had the good fortune to, over a period of years, to come upon guys who understood the music, appreciated the music, liked the music, and were genuinely able to help us along with the new vision. Started with writing with our lead singer, Ray, who joined Steve and I in that process, but also with the playing. I mean, if you come tonight to, I can't remember what the name of the place is. Bellwether, thank you very much. You will hear what I think is a real unified band playing the music that they all love. But we had to wait for that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So what is, with having the new musicians in the band, what is the criteria that's required to play with Cymande?
Quality.
Brilliance.
And appreciation of what the whole Cymande project is about. And buying into it and assisting in forwarding and advancing that project is very important for us, for myself and Patrick, that whoever is involved with Cymande understands what we're trying to achieve, where we're heading, and the goals that we're aiming towards.
So what are you trying to achieve?
Well, same thing we tried to achieve in the 70s, which is making music that lasts, making music that kind of speaks for itself, it says something really sensible, reflecting that which represents our community, represents the quality in our community, not only musically. It's a pursuit of excellence in a sense, connecting that to what I was saying a little earlier. We have the privilege of having in our band the cream, as I would put it, the cream of the crop of British musicianship. I'm not drawing any distinction between black and white. Wonderful players. And it's very proud to have come to this point. And with them, we will achieve that same thing in the pursuit of perfection.
What do you think? I mean, you have a lot of folks that are young and drawn to the music itself and the spirit of what it is. And I see that, people are really looking for inspiration from various areas. From your experience, because you get some good knowledge having lived on this earth, what are tools that young people need to thrive and survive in the world today?
Belief. If you have a product, believe in your product. And, work towards whatever goal it is that you've set yourself. On the road, you're going to get many distractions. And you're going to get detractors, people who are trying to divert and send you in different ways or different directions to where you really want to go. If you believe in your product, keep on the road towards achieving your goals.
I would put it in a word, 3 words actually. Yeah, fulfill your potential. That's kind of what we're here for. We have a purpose and a potential. Fulfill it. Sometimes you don't feel you can really do that, or you haven't found that which is your purpose, but everybody has a purpose and, a potential to do something. You might have to find your thing, but fulfill your potential.
And also have the right team around you too, right?
Well, that
While
helps.
you do it? Yeah?
That helps. Really.
You've got the right team today.
Yep.
Play some incredible music from Cymande. Should we get into it?
When you're ready.
I'm ready. Are y'all ready? All right. Cymande here at KCRW.